You guys, it's Landon here, back at it again for another video. And in this video, I want to teach you guys, not really teach, but I want to help you guys understand how I was able to generate $1.6 million in sales using a done-for-you offer without having to even build a course or even become a coach at all, right? So I hope it's not too loud, and that's the biggest thing for me, is just hoping it's not too loud. But essentially, last year, 2023, was an amazing year for us. Even the end of 2024, the end of 2022 was a great year for us as well. And I'll say it was a great year is because I did not have to coach one bit. And I know when you go and look at the landscape of online business, there's a lot of coaches that are making this type of money. They're making millions of dollars coaching because they're selling a course or something like that. And they're able to generate so much money because they're selling a digital product that they only created one time and may have to hop on a Zoom call or in a live training once a week or twice a week or however many times a week to sell what they're doing and teach their students on how they're doing what they're doing, right? But the benefit for me is I decided that I wanted to create a done-for-you product as a service, a done-for-you service in 2021, where I would essentially help people get units approved for Airbnb. And by doing this will allow for someone that wanted to get into the Airbnb business to be able to get connected instantly with property owners that allowed Airbnb, so that they didn't have to go do it themselves. They didn't have to go close and convince the property owner to allow Airbnb. And instead of quitting and not even getting into the business, instead they could just go get that property and start their business as soon as possible. So the benefit to this is a lot of people then were less discouraged about getting started in the business, and there then became a guaranteed solution, more than likely, that will enable them to actually start their Airbnb business and not really think about the risk of failing. So with that being said, I was offering this to many people, but I think I only had got up to like 100 clients at $1,500. I had got up to like 100 clients from 2021 all the way up until like March of 2022. The price was lower than that, so I would charge like $300 or $500 for access to properties approved for Airbnb. Some people, I did it for free. Like, I was just all over the place with it, right? And then in 2022 of March, we decided to launch 3 different offers. One offer would be a management offer where we'll manage your property completely for you. You don't have to worry about anything, and we'll just charge you $300 a month. We'll be considered a co-host or property management company for $300 a month. That's all we do for you. And then we had another offer where we'll launch your property for you. So we'll find the property for you, we'll set the property up for you, we'll launch it, and we'll manage it until you get your first booking. And so that was our $2,500 offer. And so that offer crushed it. Like, that offer went so crazy, right? And then we had Z-Find, which was what we currently have today as a full-blown company, its own service, right? Its own thing. That's the only thing we offer as an offer. But back in 2022, we had Z-Find, which was $1,500. And Z Launch was popping off like crazy, but our audience, our customers, like looking back, our customers were only people that had already gotten coaching in the past and were already doing Airbnb, or they didn't want to get coaching and they just wanted someone to do it for them so that they could chill, relax, and not have to worry about anything, right? Because we were launching the property for them. We were finding it, we were launching it, so they didn't have to apply any knowledge or anything like that, because we were also going to manage the property after we launched it for them. So they didn't have to learn anything. It was nothing for them to learn except for, I need to go make money somewhere else so I can invest it into this offer so that I can get my property and, get going. So the people that didn't go with this offer were people that wanted to learn the Airbnb business to do it themselves. So I would say after about 6 months of a coach We use NDAs all the time with our influencer coaches, our affiliates, things like that. So I'm not going to say who it is, but I'll just name this person as John, right? So after 6 months of John watching me on social media, he reached out to me via DM on Instagram and asked me if this was something that he could offer to his students. And after maybe a month or two of us going back and forth, chatting and figuring things out, we came into an agreement where we would essentially offer Z-Find at $1,500 to John's students as they came into his program. He would sell Z-Find as a service offering, done for you property locating on all front end of his sales. After they bought the course, at the end of their webinar, they would also pitch it as an upsell. They would use it on their email list, on their SMS list, like everything. They would literally tell people that we can find you properties approved for Airbnb. And then what they would do is they would sign up with them, pay them. I think they paid them like $3,000. I always thought that was way too high, but they paid them like $3,000 or like $4,000 or something like that just to find a property. And then he paid us, and then his students came directly to us and we served his students. Now, let's just say after, I would say this was a 4-month period. After 4 months, he was able to sell 930 students. And later that year, all the way till August, we had picked up another 150, something like that. So we were able to take on around 1,080 new customers off of a $1,500 offer. And the reason why I'm so calm with this is because, you know, a lot of people don't know me. A lot of people don't know what I've done. A lot of people have never heard of me before. And, you know, I have a lot of experience of what I'm doing. I really know what I'm doing. I'm not an expert, but I know what I'm doing, and I've made some great money off of what I do. And when we were able to hit $1.6 million in less than a year, having a $1,500 offer, it felt great. Because keep in mind, I said 4 months for us to generate that. It was like 1,500, like 1.5 million. 4 months to generate 1.5 million. 4 months to generate 1.5 million. And we started our business 9 months before. We started the company 9 months before. So the ability to do such a thing with a lower ticket, I would say, because we were offering $1,500, the coach was offering $3,000. So the coach, whatever we made, the coach typically would make double to triple of what we actually made. So the coach could have made $3 million or $4 million in 4 months off of selling our offer to their students, on top of what they offer as a course, right? We're not even talking about the course, we're just talking about the service itself. So as a company, this is the beauty of this, right? I didn't have to go and coach students every single day. I did not have to go in and talk to a community of people every single day. All I had to do was continue to make my teammates better, my team members better, teach my team members how to communicate, teach my team members how to manage, right? Make sure we're focusing on sales, right? I had to think about all those things, create more managers, create more onboarding processes, create more sales processes, right? I had to do all those different things, but it was a lot different than me having to go and talk to students all the time, because I understand how to delegate. I understand how to go get that account manager, go get that client success manager, and have them onboard every person that comes into your program, and giving them the expectations and giving them the guidance and giving them the success mechanisms and systems to be able to go implement it in their business and go launch it and deploy it, right? So By having those people, you then are delegating what you would have to do on a normal basis. And so being able to do all those things without having an actual coaching program and build a sustainable business, it gave me more freedom. I learned a lot about having more freedom. And the perfect part about all this is it was just a done for you service, right? It was a done for you service, and I could go to sleep at night. My business would still run. We would still be able to serve people, because at nighttime, we're leveraging the technology of the platform. Just to give you guys an idea, we actually took a lot of that money and rebuilt a platform to where people could go on the platform and claim properties approved for Airbnb. We were the first people to actually ever do it. So if you see anybody ever doing it nowadays, they copied us. And if you see people actually doing it, they actually did copy us, because we were the first people to do it. But you can go on our platform, claim properties approved for Airbnb, and then you're able to actually launch your Airbnb business because you found a property, contacted the property owner, and went from there. So while I was asleep, while our team was asleep, while some team members were asleep, we were still able to help people get properties approved for Airbnb. And as a coach, that can happen as well, but the coach still has to be present to get results for the students. The coach still has to be there and coach the students before the students feel like they got their money's worth, right? And students and users feel like they got their money's worth as soon as they get access to our platform. And that's the beauty of what we do. That's the beauty of why we do it. That's the beauty of the freedom that I'm always trying to achieve. And so the moral of the story is always think about ways that you can provide some type of service or some type of product that you can charge at whatever price you want, but it typically costs you little to no time to actually manage, little to no time to actually have to really fulfill on, right? If you do fulfill on it, you're creating so much money from the price itself that it allows you to go delegate certain tasks so that you don't have to actually be present. Another thing to mention is most property locators were charging $5,000 at the time. Most property locators and launch companies were charging $7,500 at the time, right? They were charging $10,000 at the time. We decided to charge $1,500. Why? Because now at $1,500, that was a good enough price that we could get as much volume as possible and undercut everybody in the market. So also, pricing has a lot to do with it. Understand what your market is. Understand what your competitors are doing as well, because it'll allow you to price strategically to compete against them and also get enough people in. Because if another company is charging $7,500 or $10,000 for their service, but they can only get 100 people a month, no, that's too high. Maybe they can only get like 10 people. If someone's charging $7,500 and they can only get 50 people a month, and you're charging $1,500 and you are able to get 100 people a month, then you're making more often than that person is getting 50, right? If that person is only getting $7,500 for 2 days out the month, it's $7,500 2 days every day out the month, 50 times a month, right? Versus you, I'm terrible at math, by the way, but you doing $1,500 and you getting 100 people or 150 people or 250 people, and you're getting that every single month, you're making more than the person that's charging $7,500, and you're getting more volume, right? You're knocking out more volume, and you're making, at the end of the day, if you sell 20 people at $1,500, you made $30,000, right? So like, that's enough money for you to go out there and delegate and hire someone, because most people in this economy, for what positions you may need in your coaching or education program, really would only take you like maybe $5,000 a month in salary, right? We had 31 team members, so $5,000, $6,000 in salary, or even $4,000, $3,000 in salary does the job, right? So finding a service, something that you're really good at, something that solves a problem that you know you can do, and then pricing it in a great way so that people are like, oh, this makes sense, I want to opt into this. And then partnering with someone who already offers this solution, who already offers the education around this solution, but your solution helps them achieve what they're learning a lot faster. Find that, figure what out that is, right? And then partner with that person that's offering the education around your solution, so that now those people are like, okay, I can either learn how to do this or I can have someone do it for me, right? And then create a strategic partnership with that person that you're partnering with, where they get a certain type of percentage of the revenue, and then make magic, right? So that's the moral of this whole story. Is I want you guys to understand my story, but I really want you to learn what to do based off of my story. You can go make $2 million in 4 months. You can go make $3 million in 4 months. I have so much freedom in my life, and that's the beauty of it. All because I've created something that allows for me to have that freedom. We still have Z-Fine to this day. We still are doing business with Z-Fine. Z-Fine is now $297 a month, which is even better than the $1,500. I'm telling you, it goes crazy. Like you have no idea how crazy this goes. And it's simply because we understand that. We understand undercutting the market and solving problems. Z-Fine was super unprofitable at $297 for at least a year. But at the end of the day, we made it work. And so we're going to continue to make it work. And I'm going to continue to make it work no matter how profitable it is, because I know I'm solving a hard problem. And some people just aren't there yet to see the vision. But the vision is so new, and there's so much length, and there's so much length in the vision. The vision, I'm thinking 20 years down the line. I'm thinking 10 years down the line, right? People aren't looking that far. So they're not thinking that far. They're thinking about now, right? And so our goal is to always get people to, think about now, but understand how this is going to solve the future of people trying to get units. And so that's the moral of the story. Thank you so much for watching this video. Just wanted to break that down for you guys. I wanted to break down my story of how I made $1.6 million in 2023. Really, $1.5 million in 4 months, how I was able to achieve that. And then I wanted to share with you guys how you can actually apply what I shared as my story and apply it for yourself to go out there and make money as well. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to see you guys in the next video.